in with your yeah. I'm locked in with your manager. All right. A lot of shit. Somebody, you know what I'm saying? I respect for
son, 25 years old, professional MMA fighter.
Seems to get called a lot.
I'll tell you right now, he's great at MMA fighting, terrible at professional wrestling.
Yes.
One of the worst professional wrestlers I've ever seen. Just, I'd say, went a little too hard.
He sells it.
Really? You know him? You know Roger? How you know Roger? That nigga just started streaming. He just started streaming. Like, crazy. My son. That nigga was streaming. He was streaming for like 3 days. Not no more. He done. Nah, he done. Nah, that ain't coming. Nah, he ain't coming. Nah, he ain't coming. Streaming. No, kick is the least strict one. But you can't do nudity and you can't like.
Last week, Rampage Jackson came dangerously close to seriously injuring a fellow wrestler in the ring. Despite the severity of the incident, he has not faced arrest. Instead, public scrutiny has largely turned toward his father, Rampage Jackson, who has been absorbing most of the backlash. On his live streams, Rampage has shown clear irritation whenever fans mention the controversial Psycho Stew incident.
Rampage, biggest fan. Biggest fan.
What's up with the Rocket?
Who is Rampage? He's like a
Dude, this boy getting clout by dudes and not the girls.
And
Like
respectfully.
you're right, 100%.
No handshake on that.
All right, respect.
I'm a dad. Respectfully.
I know, that's what.
Respectfully.
100%.
I'm dealing with that.
Rampage
I'm dealing with
right,
this.
100%. 100%, man, respect, man.
Hey.
That's why I said I apologize for even like coming up.
You can't make me wrong.
I apologize for even coming up to you that way.
I'm getting a lot of racist threats. Coming up to me, come on. I'm getting a lot of racist threats. Motherfucker talking about killing me and my whole family, nigga. Over something my son did, I ain't got nothing to do with it. I'm telling you, drop this.
He a slider.
It's bro.
No.
Drop it, bro. Drop it.
Hey.
Put my number in your
No, no. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you.
Hey, what
No.
What type of interviews you run?
My apologies,
I'm sorry about
though.
that.
Hey, my
Move on.
You can show, huh?
Too fast.
Meanwhile, popular influencer and professional boxer KSI finally weighed in on the Rampage Jackson controversy, admitting he was initially unsure what to make of it. At first glance, he thought the clip might have been part of the show, since wrestling often features extreme moments with weapons and dramatic stunts. But after watching Raja relentlessly strike an opponent who was clearly unconscious, KSI said it became obvious this was no act. He acknowledged hearing reports that Raja had been hit with a can earlier and that an apology was made, but stressed that none of it justified Raja's violent outburst. In his words, it was a terrible look for Raja.
The Rampage Jackson situation with Rampage Jackson and the wrestler.
The Raja thing. Yeah, that, man. I couldn't tell if it was real when I first saw it. Because you know how sometimes in wrestling they like to do some stuff hardcore, like whether it's barbed wire or get hit with things. But yeah, I saw it. He just punched repeatedly while the guy was unconscious. So I was like, "Is this a thing?" And you know, I think I saw clips of beforehand where the guy or one of the guys was saying, "Oh, you know, you gotta get your steal on this guy because he hit him with a can or he hit Roger with a can." But then I saw that they apologized, so I was like, I'm very confused. And then come to find out that, yeah, he just lost control. So, yeah, not a good look. Not a good look at all.
Chael Sonnen also weighed in on the situation, breaking down the legal angle. He explained that everything depends on whether Sikosu frames the incident as part of the show or as a real assault. According to Sonnen, Stu appeared to be genuinely unconscious, but the real question is whether he'll acknowledge that or stick to the storyline by calling it scripted. Sonnen pointed out the dilemma this creates for Stu. If he claims it was staged, he risks hurting his credibility and possibly cutting short his career in professional wrestling.
Get into the eye or mind of DA or a potential juror. You're going to have no ability to do that if you don't understand emotion versus action, right? The action is supposed to look like he's punching him. The action is supposed to look like he turns him in a 180 and slams him down on the back of his head. So then, where you cross that already blurred line, right? With professional wrestling, is already for blurred line. Where you cross them is where Jackson actually gets angry. The rest of it, from a physicality and an appearance standpoint, is what you're supposed to do. And sometimes some shots get through. One of the most famous ones that you guys would have seen was Braun Strowman. Brock Lesnar trusted Braun. Braun did a move that was too hard. Brock responded with a real-life punch.
Chael Sonnen also broke down Raja Jackson's striking during the incident. He noted that while the punches looked far heavier than typical work shots, they didn't come across as outright malicious at first. Sonnen explained that Raja initially appeared to be following a planned sequence, but then slipped in a punch that looked more like something from an MMA fight. From there, Sonnen said, the structure unraveled. Raja lost his composure, let his emotions take control, and started throwing genuine punches out of anger.
Raja, get in the ring as part of a wrestling angle that was scripted and planned. You see Raja come in with his wits about him, waits for the right moment, picks up a double leg, just as it was planned. And he's doing this with Psycho Stu, and Psycho Stu is ready to play perfectly. Raja then turns him around. He brings him down, it's right in the center of the ring. It appears to be very clearly what they agreed and had planned to do. Now, the landing is not great. When Raja brings Psycho Stu down, it's not great. And Stu lands in a way and he hits the back of his head. And he looks as though he perhaps lost a level of consciousness right then.
Big John McCarthy also shared his perspective on the controversy, arguing that the Real sympathy belongs with Rampage Jackson rather than Raja. He described Quinton as an innocent father stuck in the middle, loving his son but having to watch him make destructive decisions. McCarthy said it's heartbreaking to see a parent endure something so heavy, especially knowing this is the last path Quinton would ever want for his child.
While they were very stiff shots, not what we would call a working shot, it did not appear that Raja had lost his temper. It did not appear that these were being done out of anger. As much as, all right, I'm going to pick you up, I'm going to spin you in a 180, I'm going to bring you down and control the cage, then just like a cage fight, I'm going to land a punch to either side. Whatever's supposed to happen after that. There was a couple of guys there, a referee, another wrestler, perhaps the boys step in. We'll never know. Because at this point, it appears that Raja marked out for his own gimmick and really begins laying some shots in, but those shots are done out of anger.
Josh Thompson recounted hearing that Raja Jackson's involvement in the wrestling match may have been partially greenlit by the promoter. According to Thompson, Raja was allegedly told he could pick his opponent up, slam him, and throw a strike before others would step in to stop it. But when Raja carried out the sequence, no one intervened as expected. Thompson argued that if this version of events is accurate, the responsibility falls on the promoter for failing to have the wrestlers properly prepared to step in and control the situation.
The problem is this. You're looking at it and people are, they're trying to give some type of, forgiveness because it's Quinton. Not because it's Raja, because it's Quinton. It's Quinton Jackson that is the person that you've got to feel sorry for, okay? In the fact that, he's hooked up in this when he's not the one that's part of this. And that's a sad thing because he's a father and he loves his son. And sad to see someone go through something of this magnitude when it's the last thing in the world you would have told your son to go through with.
Furthermore, Josh Thompson broke down AJ Mana's role leading up to the attack, noting that Mana was in the background actively egging Raja Jackson on. Thompson explained that Mana kept urging Raja to get his receipt for what had happened earlier in the match. Big John McCarthy then clarified that in pro wrestling, a receipt usually refers to returning a single shot after a cheap hit, nothing more. In this case, though, that kind of encouragement only escalated the situation and pushed Raja beyond the limits of what a receipt is supposed to be.
Raja shows up at the wrestling match later. Promoter apparently tells him that, hey, you can go ahead and go up in there, pick him up, slam him, go ahead and lay a shot on him, and then someone's going to jump in and break it up. Well, that's what the reports are, and I haven't heard the video or the audio of that. I've heard everything else, people talking about it. I heard it was okayed by the promoter. He was allowed to go in there, slam him, jump on him, and then hit him. And then when he did that, people would come in and break it up. Well, no one came in to break it up. So there's for me, there is that, the fact that like the promoter should have had all these wrestlers better prepared.
Doug Malawaz also weighed in, arguing that AJ Mana was a key factor in provoking Raja Jackson's outburst. He suggested the incident stemmed from a combination of Raja's personal issues with his father and AJ's manipulation. While Malawaz condemned Raja's behavior, he placed even greater responsibility on AJ for instigating the attack and using Raja as a pawn to settle his own grudges. He pointed out that this was no coincidence, noting how AJ often shied away from direct confrontations himself, losing small backyard scraps, while pushing Raja, the son of a legendary fighter, to carry out the damage for him.
This all happens. There's the other wrestler. What's the other wrestler? AJ Mana. This guy, basically in the back, telling him, hey, he smashed the can over your head, go out there and get your receipts, go out there and, get him back. And then, so he's kind of getting Raja hyped up, kind of getting him to realize, yeah, you know what that means, right? Go out there and get it. You get yours. Now, I know that when we talk about, get your receipts, go out there and get yours, like it isn't get it back. Get the shot back that he laid down.
One shot. That's what a receipt is. You got a cheap shot, I'll give you one back. That's what a receipt is in pro wrestling.
Doug Malawaz also argued that AJ Mana
his
played
daddy
a
issues came out and all the shit that AJ gassed up into his head, because let me put it this way, I don't like Raja. I think Raja's the person for what he did, but I think AJ's a bigger person for gassing him up, being that, to leading him to ruin his own life, to hurt somebody that AJ also has a problem. You can't tell me that's not, I don't believe in coincidence.
He was basically trying to put the blood on someone else's hands.
Exactly. He's not going to do it himself. A few little backyard fights he got in where he got beat. And then you got somebody that's a real fighter, trained by somebody that's one of the greatest of all time. And then you had him do your dirty work. He ruined two people's lives.